Okay, so we're going to start. Yeah, so thank you very much, Reshad, for your time. It might be a little bit, well, by the way, you didn't go to school today? Or you didn't do
Uh,
online learning school?
no, I'm currently on break until
Oh,
July.
great. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. So, okay, by the way, this is Reshad, yeah. Reshad is the brother of Fayed. Now, Fayed was my student, yeah, a long time ago, but I think I don't really want to say the year because seems that maybe I'm very old, but not that old, actually. So, thank you very much, yeah. So, I think I met your brother last time. I don't know, yeah, maybe a long time ago, but back then in the past when he was still in kindergarten, yeah, I think
Okay.
sometimes you picked him up as well in Kemang, yeah.
Uh,
So maybe you remember that.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So Reshad ya namanya di sini. Nanti Reshad akan memperkenalkan ya. You can introduce yourself. Nah,
Okay.
Reshad ini jadi sempat pindah-pindah ya. Jadi dari Indonesia kemudian ke Australia dan sekarang balik lagi ke Indonesia ya.
Yeah.
Oke, nah Reshad ini sempat beberapa tahun, 2 tahun ya, 2 tahunan tinggal di Australia.
Yeah.
Nah, misalnya juga sempat baca-baca gitu ya mengenai sistem pendidikan Australia yang pastinya berbeda ya, karena
Yeah.
dia punya, kalau misalnya Eropa itu kan ada European Common Framework gitu, kalau di Australia itu juga ada ya ternyata Australian Qualifications Framework atau AQF yang didirikan pada tahun 1995. Jadi itu adalah kebijakan nasional yang melingkupi kualifikasi dari pendidikan tinggi, pendidikan vokasional, dan pelatihan sebagai tambahan untuk sertifikat lulus sekolah yang dinamakan Senior Secondary Certificate of Education. Nah, dan Australia itu juga menjadi tempat yang ideal untuk menikmati pendidikan ya di sana. Jadi pendidikan kelas dunia dan kualitas hidup yang luar biasa, tapi juga ada beberapa hal yang perlu dipertimbangkan sebelum belajar di Australia. Nah, Reshad sendiri ya gitu, when you studied there gitu kan, what did you feel? Terus bisa nggak tell us about your experience when you were studying in Australia?
Um, well, when I first went there, it was definitely, it felt very different
Mm-hmm.
compared to the Indonesian education system that I had been in for, um, at the time, 11 to 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the, just the most, the difference that I felt the most is that they encourage their students to just get hands-on into the things that they were being taught, rather than um, just being taught in terms of theory. There's definitely a lot more um, applications in terms of the subjects that they were being taught, and uh, yeah, just
Okay, all right. So you studied there for about 2 years, yeah? So it
yeah.
was when you were still in junior high school?
Yes, junior high
Okay.
school or
Uh-huh. So what subject might be a little bit different with Indonesia
um,
that you got in Australia back then?
I want to say the
Mhm.
social studies subjects,
Social
because
study, okay.
um, as from my experience and how well my memory serves, it's a lot more broad in a
Mhm.
sense. Like this is personal experience, but in terms of social studies in Indonesia, I feel like they're a bit too narrow. It only focuses on what is going on in Indonesia itself. But
Mm.
as I went to Australia, I realized that they taught, and it's just all encompassing. They don't focus on just Australia. They focus on like global affairs.
Mhm. Okay, right, interesting. So, Reshad, what did you get after that? I mean, in terms of life skills or probably, habits or stuff like that. Do you feel that you're probably more independent in terms of, some ways, doing some things by yourself at the moment? Or what will be the significant changing or changes after, you've studied there?
Um, yeah, definitely. I feel like just being able to, or rather being forced to learn on your own, I feel like that allowed me to think more for myself rather than having to be guided all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's brought more positive changes um, that I didn't think that I would need, but now uh, being at this stage in life, I realize it's a lot more important to have it.
Okay, all right, great. So do you want to go back again next time for your university probably? Or do you want to continue in another country?
Um, it's I'm considering going there for university, but it's not my only. It's not the only country that I'm looking to go to.
Okay, all right. How about the scoring system in Australia? Is it really tough to get
Uh,
a very good score there, or maybe it's totally different with Indonesia? Assignment.
um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's because I know in Indonesia it's very heavily based on
Mm-hmm.
multiple choice exams. At least that's what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
And in Australia, it's a lot less like that. It's a lot more essay based, and you have to apply your knowledge rather than um, just, recalling information that you have memorized. And I think that's where um, it differs because um, how well you score is not based on whether you've memorized every single fact
Yeah.
that you're supposed to memorize.
Mm. So there is no like probably the rank system. Is it like more about descriptive report rather than just like giving A, B, C, or maybe numbers like A?
Uh, yeah, it's definitely more on uh, your ability to write because I remember like only having I want to see one or two exams like where it is multiple choice based in
Mhm.
the 2 years that I've been there, and they're not they weren't exactly graded either. So yeah, there's no it's not very valued there. Multiple choice.
Okay. All right. All right. So how do you like the most about Australia? The most intriguing? I mean, something that you really miss the most about Australia in general?